Hello and welcome. This is a short video to introduce you to the world of international training and communication, ITC. Let me start by saying that ITC is an organization specializing in providing people with skills that, well, improve the way we communicate with each other. In essence, ITC fosters self-growth that, in turn, helps enhance the ways we speak, write, and relate to each other in our business and private lives. In the next few minutes, you'll meet people from ITC regions from around the world, and you'll discover how joining this organization has helped meet their diverse needs and enrich their lives.
For years, I had a long-term goal of attaining the financial directorship of my company. However, when I would speak in public or address the board of directors, my presentations were halting, nervous. In truth, I was scared, and it showed. Finally, when I was passed over for a promotion and a less experienced person was given the position, I knew something had to be done to improve my communication skills. Not much later, I spotted a notice about gaining confidence in public speaking through an organization called ITC, International Training in Communication. I decided it couldn't do any harm to attend a meeting. I was instantly impressed with the supportive learning environment. Here were people just like me seeking to improve their public speaking ability. I started off with small assignments of no more than a few words and progressed to prepared talks, then impromptu speeches. My peers evaluated and taught me the techniques of voice projection and how to vary pitch and tone for more lively, real delivery. I learned natural, emphatic gestures. I started relaxing when I spoke and began to feel more secure and confident. What I learned with ITC was easy to carry over to work. I've already had several people at the office comment on how much better my presentations are. ITC helped me, and if they can help me, they can give you a hand too.
ITC is an international organization with something for just about everyone. The fact that many skills carry over from private to professional life is an added benefit. Right now, though, let's hear from another ITC member.
For me, ITC activities in my professional career happen to be on parallel courses. Last year, I received a promotion at work. I became head coordinator of fundraising projects, and that meant the bulk of decision-making rested with me. Like a lot of people, I had depended on someone else to have the final say. I must admit, I was worried. What would happen if I made a mistake? And, as if this weren't pressure enough, I was elected president of my ITC club. So now, in both my business and personal life, I found myself the decision maker. It turned out the adjustment at work wasn't that bad. Having been to several ITC workshops and seminars, I knew that democratic leadership produces better results. I found myself applying my ITC know-how and skills on the job. I consulted co-workers, listened to their feedback, delegated work assignments, and used self-evaluation techniques that I'd learned with ITC. In the end, I found that making the final decisions wasn't that hard, and the results were there when my group exceeded its fundraising goal by 30%. I would say that ITC helped me most by giving me confidence in my own abilities, and the fact that it translated to success in my career was really invaluable. I owe that to ITC.
ITC is about all manner of communication training. Often, we build on resources we already have, but simply need guidance and specific training to bring them out. Sometimes it's just a matter of hearing what's going on around you.
I'm a part-time volunteer. I've worked with the homeless and disadvantaged. The way ITC has helped is in the most underused aspect of communication, listening. Part of my role in ITC is being evaluation chairman. To do this job, I must listen closely to each member to evaluate their individual needs and tell them in a constructive way what they most need to improve their communication skills. I transferred these listening skills I learned from ITC to my volunteer work. This way, I am better equipped to help the people who society generally tunes out. Using my own ITC club as a model, I created support groups for the underprivileged so that through working together, we could help each other. This experiment has been successful, and the proof is the fact that no one feels quite as isolated and desperate as he or she once was. If I were to sum it up, ITC made me more aware that each of us has to spend time listening and absorbing what others are saying. It's made me become a better, more effective communicator.
As you've probably already noticed, International Training in Communication is a multifaceted organization that not only helps members with verbal skills, but a whole range of communications-related techniques, such as getting your daily work schedule and habits organized.
I have been working as a freelance writer for several of Tokyo's leading magazines, but I was not one of your typical organized writers. Everything was scattered around my home and office. I never could find the notes I needed. I started missing deadlines. I would stay up all night before an article was due, and then turning first drafts of second-rate work. Finally, I had 2 different editors tell me that if I didn't start submitting more professional work, that was the end. I had to face reality, get organized, or lose my contacts and my income. Another writer told me about ITC and how they could get me going in the right direction. I decided now was the time to see if ITC really could help me. The impression I came away with after my first ITC meeting was that they were organized. They had an agenda and a structure. I knew I was on the right track. I made a decision to get involved with ITC, and by working on committees, attending workshops on organizational skills and time management, I started learning how to budget my time and give priority to certain jobs. Most importantly, I started changing my poor work habits into positive, time-saving habits, like using a tape recorder for interviews, filing my written notes in one specific place, and preparing my daily calendar the night before. Thanks to ITC, my articles are more polished. I meet my deadlines, and I really have more time for every assignment. ITC helped me get organized. My recommendation is to join ITC now, before you miss a deadline.
ITC transcends the traditional challenges that we all encounter in our professional lives. And that goes for those of us who have grown past our current careers and are looking for new beginnings.
After I retired from teaching, I found myself in a non-productive rut. But one day, an advertisement in my local newspaper caught my attention. It talked about adding stimulation to your life by attending a meeting of an organization called International Training in Communication. I went to one meeting, then another, and finally joined at the 3rd meeting. Some months later, a community education program was discussed. From the moment I heard about the idea, I was keen to participate. The whole concept was to help others learn communication techniques, leadership, and speaking skills. I liked the idea because I felt I could help others while fine-tuning my own skills. Now I'm leading a community education class for high school students, and it's the highlight of my week. The young people are very eager to become public speakers, and it's a pleasure to see their pride when they succeed. And recently, several ITC members from my region started running in-house lunch hour training courses for local corporations. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. To put it bluntly, ITC put the challenge and fulfillment of teaching back in my life, and I love it.
These 5 people you just heard talk about their experience with ITC all joined the organization to build on and develop skills that they believe would improve their professional and private lives. The message here is this: you too can achieve your goals, but it takes a positive first step. Joining International Training and Communication can be that first step.